Yo, what is up, everybody? This is your boy Claymore Lord coming to you with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to express my opinions on why I personally believe that the coronavirus is actually a pretty good thing. I know a lot of y'all probably won't give me a lot of hate for this. Probably YouTube's going to probably take the video down for whatever reasons. But I feel like I should just state my opinion so that way, someone out there could have a different look on it than what they currently have. Now, with that being said, let me just say, I do not wish intentional death upon anybody or wish any ill doings towards anyone who are indeed suffering from this virus or anything. I'm not promoting death, pretty much. So, with that being said, I do think that there is a lot more good that will come out of this whole pandemic than the bad. Now, let me explain. Right now, the world's facing, resource shortages, famines, unemployment, just homelessness, a bunch of bad problems. And one of the, I think, if not the biggest reason is overpopulation. Too many people, not enough resources, not enough land, not enough food, not enough water, et cetera, to meet the overwhelming demand of the current population of about 7.8 billion of us. And so the reason why I think this will be a good thing is if this coronavirus does run amok and wipes out, let's say, I don't know, maybe half of all current populations, which is 3.4 billion people. That means that the demand of food, jobs, homes, water, land, just a bunch of resources that we are, apparently right now in short demand for would be abundant because there's half the population, so there's twice as much to give to those people as compared to it is now. And the reason why I say is, if you look at, for an example, if you go back in history, look at the bubonic plague or the Black Death of Europe. At that time, they were overpopulated. They had a shortage on food, on resources. Jobs were very scarce, low paying. People barely got by. Now, after the Black Death swept through Europe, those same people who were living like, peasants now are living like kings. Resources were more abundant. A lot of houses were torn down to make farms because there wasn't nearly as many people in demand of houses, because there was so many people, there's not a lot of people working. The employment was there. The amount of money that each of those people would make was a lot higher than they normally would have gotten. Just everything looked a lot better for those who survived the Black Death. And in that same sense, we're facing an identical problem. We're overpopulated. We need more room for resources for what we have now, but we can't because we have to house those people. And because some of those people aren't housed, they're homeless. We have a bunch of people dying of sicknesses and hunger and a lot of problems. If this pandemic runs the way that I'm hoping it does to a degree, but I kind of don't, because I don't want people just to needlessly die, and then that's going to cause a lot of sadness and a lot of, anger and all that kind of stuff. So I get that. I'm not wishing that part. But in order for, the people to really, thrive and live the way that they should be, we got to cut the population down. And there's one of two ways to do so. China has the first idea, which is basically population control, which says you can't, if I remember correctly, you can't have more than 2 kids. I think it's 1 or 2, something like that. Or a lot of people, start dying. And, we don't want to go out and just mass murder people. So a pandemic would be the best next option. With all that being said, that's just my thoughts on it. I see a bunch of beneficial aspects from this compared to the negatives. So with all that, that's my opinions on it. So leave a comment, subscribe, and enjoy the video.